Actually, these times, like, we're getting many mails about this question. This is old gate question. One thing I have to tell you, old gate question may not mean that question should be perfect. Okay, or that question should be right. For example, in this question, I say directly data insufficiency or one conclusion cannot be attained because in this particular question, let us see for a specified input voltage. For a specified input voltage and frequency, so voltage and frequency are same. If the equivalent radius of the core of a transformer is reduced by half, the factor by which number of turns in the primary should change to maintain same voltage, same no load current is. Okay, so if we see, for example, our normal equation, our base equation is no load of the transformer, V equal to root 2 pi f B max AC N. Okay, for example, V is constant or not? Yes, for same rated voltage and rated frequency, root 2 pi is anyway constant, and area of cross section of the core is reduced by 4 times. Okay, because radius of the core is reduced, so pi r square, so area of the cross section of the core should be reduced by 4, means that B max into N should be increased by 4 times. B max N should be combinedly increased by 4 times. What do you say? Okay, such that this is going to be constant. If it is reduced by 4 times, these two should be increased by 4 times. Now here in this section, we may not, because about B max they did not say. But for example, as we have minimum common sense, and if I think of B max is maintained constant, number of turns should be increased by 4. Okay, but this is not the only ideology, because they touched the no load current. No load current in the sense, we have to consider the magnetic circuit. Okay, so this is going to be MMF, this is going to be flux, this is going to be reluctance. Okay, so what is reluctance is going to be 1 by mu naught mu r or combinedly mu and length of the core divided by area of cross section of the core. Okay, now mu naught mu r they did not touch, length of the core they did not touch, but area of cross section of the core is reduced by 4 times, means that reluctance should be increased by 4 times. Okay, now what is MMF? Number of turns multiplied by current, no load current, and no load current is constant. No load current is constant. Now what is flux here? Flux is nothing but MMF by reluctance, or MMF equal to flux into reluctance. For example, MMF Ni equal to flux multiplied by reluctance. Now reluctance is increased by 4 times and current should be constant. Okay, so means if reluctance is increased by 8 times, my flux is nothing but flux density into area of cross section of the core. Flux density into area of cross section of the core into reluctance. Now if reluctance is increased by 4 times, area of cross section of the core is reduced by 4 times. Okay, so area of cross section of the core is reduced by 4 times, reluctance is increased by 4 times, and number of turns multiplied by current. Okay, so current is anyway constant, he said. In order to maintain B max constant, number of turns should be constant. Getting my point, right? So there are actually 2 contradicting conclusions here. We cannot say B should be maintained constant. For example, from here, from our previous discussion, if I say B is maintained constant, so number of turns should be increased by 4 times. Under that condition, this is going to be increased by 4 times. But this and this are going to be cancelled. B max should be increased by 4 times. Getting my point, right? For example, from this, if I add this conclusion here, or if I add this conclusion here, these are giving 2 contradictory statements here, because means if they ask you about no load only, this, if they ask you about no load current, MMF, this, so these 2 are giving contradictory statements, so this question is wrong question.